What's up and welcome back. I hope you click that subscribe button so we can get right into it because this is 40 for 40 and this is The Dark Knight Rises. That means I'm 40 and this is one of my favorite films of all time. Not necessarily top 40 because I'm trying to do films that also have audio description, and some films just kind of disappear. They just kind of go away and nobody ever audio describes them. So I'm really trying to fill this with as much audio description as possible. This has audio description on HBO Max. It is British audio description, which is fine. The only question that threw me was we called the football field a pitch, and I don't know if that's. I kind of thought that was. I hate to use the term soccer for those of you who are not American, but for the purpose of this, I need to because I'm American. So for American football versus soccer, I've always heard pitch being used for soccer. I didn't know that it was used for like all sports, but it's definitely an American football game. So if you didn't necessarily know which game was being played, because uh, I don't know, you're blind and can't see the sport, see the guy running down the field, then maybe it suggests to you that soccer's being played. That was the only big thing that kind of threw me in this film. But I actually really love The Dark Knight Rises. I love Christopher Nolan, and this is a perfect example of, as Christopher Nolan's career increases, more and more people fall from the sky so that they can work for Christopher Nolan. So not only do we have the returning main series cast, but we added Tom Hardy, we added Marion Cotillard, we added Matthew Modine, we added Ben Mendelsohn, we added Joseph Gordon-Levitt, we added Daniel Sunjata's in here for like 5 seconds. Juno Temple is just kind of like walks in a door. She's like, "What's up? I'm gonna be in Ted Lasso later on." I remember when everybody thought she was Harley Quinn, and they're like, "Oh, good, she's gonna be Harley in the next movie." Sadly, no, there is no next movie. So, which there should be, because the way we left this film, with Joseph Gordon-Levitt's character, we easily could have spun off. He didn't even. Nolan could have just produced and let somebody else, because it would have felt like a completely different series of films that kind of was adjacent to his Dark Knight trilogy. That could have been Joseph Gordon-Levitt's new, maybe like Batman Beyondish Dark Knight trilogy. So, yeah, could have been really cool. Or we could have made some Nightwing movies. Maybe call him Nightwing and just go with that. But there we go. That. That's where we should have gone with that. But I love this film mainly because I love Bane. I love Tom Hardy's Bane. You were born I was born in the dark. And this is my Bane voice. I really wanted to be in that room when Nolan and Hardy are like talking about his Bane. And Tom's like, "Listen, I've got this voice. You're just gonna have to trust me, but it's gonna be mad dope. Let's do it." And I climbed out of the darkness. It's so good. I'm not that good at it because I'm so used to hearing the Harley Quinn version of that voice, where it's like they're also kind of making fun of it. So it's both versions are stuck in my head, but I love what Tom Hardy did with Bane. He was a mindless idiot in Batman and Robin, and in this one he's like a criminal mastermind who also is a badass, and he feels like truly a villain who could end Batman. And that's what this film plays with: is Batman too old? Has he reached the end of his rope? Does he even care? Does he even want to live? Which is a huge part of the conversation that Michael Caine has. And Michael Caine's best moment in this series is him standing there telling him about Rachel and how he can't bury another member of the Wayne family because he sees what Bruce is trying to do, and he thinks Bruce is trying to get himself killed because of the guilt that he lives with from Rachel, and that he's willing to sacrifice himself to save Gotham. And that is such a huge factor in the theme of this movie: is, will Batman survive? And it's such a weird thing to think that, because we hadn't really seen our heroes die before this. They don't usually, we like to see them live. I think it's one of the reasons that it makes the most recent Bond film so unique, is because I don't think anybody expects where that film goes. But Dark Knight Rises basically almost goes there. It makes you believe for like a hot second. It takes you there for like a hot second, and then lets you go. Also, fantastic performance from Anne Hathaway as Catwoman. I didn't think I would like in this role when I went into it for the very first time, but now that I've seen the film a bunch of times and it's my first time watching it blind, with audio description, I still think she's fantastic. She's her own version of Selena Kyle, which is really, I don't know that we need so many versions of her. Michelle Pfeiffer was fantastic the first time around, and then we had whatever Halle Berry was doing, and now we have Anne Hathaway. So, to be fair, and of course, yes, now we have the Batman with Zoe, but I don't Catwomen. We have Catwomen all over. If we ever did a multiverse with Batman, oh my god, they could all show up. Just like all these Catwomen in the same place at the same time. But yes, this is a great film. Marion Cotillard, almost, you kind of wonder why she's there. But at the same time, the problem with Marion was that she was nominated for an Oscar already. She had already gotten her La Vie en Rose Oscar. So it was a little bit hard to accept the fact that she was there to just play Miranda. Although, now that you see a film like Oppenheimer, which I understand is stacked to the brim, and there are a lot of people who are playing roles that are kind of small and insignificant, but they're doing them obviously because they wanted to be with Christopher Nolan. So I think more and more when you see somebody like Marion Cotillard pop up in a performance, it'll be believable that she's there to just play somebody like Miranda, to just play this person who came into Bruce's life, and then the surprise of her being Talia al Ghul will not necessarily blow us away so much. So it's kind of like we're expecting something out of her. We're expecting her to do something. Is she, I guess you could say, is she going to end up with Bruce? Is that going to be the thing? It doesn't really feel like that. The chemistry just kind of jumps into it. So it feels like there's always something. There's something about a character that you can't put a finger on. If you're watching this for the first time and and then it happens and it's like, oh, that's a cool reveal. She's the kid that climbed up out of not Bane, but she remembered Bane, and that's what matters. So Bane found his way out. Anyway, yeah, I really love this film. It brings in everything that Nolan does. Nolan's the kind of director that inspires other directors now, and he doesn't even have the depth of work that somebody like Scorsese or Spielberg have, which are traditionally some of the directors, or even Kubrick. He's just kind of now getting to like maybe Kubrick's level, I guess, because Kubrick was kind of picky with his projects too, like Nolan is. So, yeah, it's just yet again, it's another fantastic film by Christopher Nolan. It has a fantastic score. It's got great performances. Christian Bale is doing the old man thing. Morgan Freeman, Gary Oldman has some great moments in here where he's struggling with continuing to prop up the man who tried to kill his son. Just so many of the original cast just had so many delightful moments, and it all just works out. It all comes out perfectly in the wash in the end. The audio description here, the couple moments that I had problems with, just the football field scene, basically. It's so hard. I don't even know what I would do to change that, but it feels so not epic as a blind person. I feel so bored. And I would hate to feel that anybody else felt that way about that scene, because the climax is that scene. Like, we're all building to that moment. You hear the kid on the field singing the national anthem, and it just kind of, the description is kind of like, we cut to the scene and the guy, has run down the field, and he turns around and he looks, and there's a hole in the ground. And it's like, but I can't really explain to you what that looked like. You know what I'm saying? Like, that is probably the most iconic shot from this movie, and it's a shot that Nolan definitely put a lot of work into, and it looks phenomenal. And the way that it builds to that, and the whole thing as it's crumbling, because it doesn't just like, he doesn't really just turn around and there's a hole behind him. I mean, there's a whole moment there, and I kind of felt like it was just kind of given that any other moment in the film treatment. There was nothing really special about it, nothing that really gave it away. And this film does do the, you're likely to get more character description for a character that's new to the film than you are a character who's not new to the film. So some of the returning characters, when they pop up, they kind of pop up. When Bruce is really the only one that's given any extra description, because he's like a hobbling old man with a beard and a cane when we first meet him. So they had to let you know that he's been modified. Everybody else, Selena Kyle, there's a lot of mentions about what she looks like and what she's wearing, and because she's constantly like changing her wardrobe to fit the occasion. So a lot of that works. It was really weird to hear Bane's character description after he had already been in a couple scenes, and then it's all of a sudden it's like, it's Bane and this is what he looks like, and I'm like, okay, I guess. Feels kind of late for that, but I mean, like, it's like in the stockbroker scene, and he's already been in a couple scenes by then. Yeah, but then his like full description is in the stockbroker scene. Anyway, those are just some thoughts about the audio description that I had, but in general, it's pretty good audio description. It might not be my favorite audio description, but it's decent. It gets you through the film, and it lets you know the main plot points, and there are a lot of action sequences. Nolan has a way of making sure that every scene connects, and somehow you're watching a film that's longer than it is, but you don't even know that it doesn't feel as long as it is. You could be watching a 3-hour film and feel like you got it done in 2 hours. He uses his time really expertly and really well. And I suppose my only thing that I had questions for with Christopher Nolan is, why is there a TV in the hole? At least in the audio description, maybe I just don't remember. I don't remember like literally every little element of the film. But when Bruce is down in the hole, there's a thing where he's watching Gotham on TV, and then he like throws something at the TV, and I was just like, how did they get this TV down there? First of all, how does it get reception? Even if it's on rabbit ears, right? How does it get reception? And then I was thinking about, so like, did they bring cable down here? Like, where? How is this thing getting? What is going on with this television? I get stuck on things like that. I'm just like, but the TV. And I was thinking, when Bruce throws something at the TV, I was like, dude, if you break that TV in this prison, you know that they don't, these people don't have anything else. They're down in this hole. Like, you break that TV, they're going to come in here and kill you. Like, that's their only source of anything. Bane brought a TV down there, and they're grumpy that they don't get to use it. They're like, Bruce Wayne's got to watch Gotham fall apart. But after that, we can finally get up in there and catch up on Grey's Anatomy. I don't know. Whatever they would watch down there. But yeah. So I was conceptually, I was like, how do you get a TV underground in the hole? Did Bane get cable for the prison? And if so, why are all these people still in the prison? Why didn't he just bring them all out? Why is this not his army? Why didn't he go back for everybody and be like, I'll bring you out if you'll be... No, I'll bring you out if you'll be part of my army. Yes, I don't know. It's very, very weird when you start... the TV, I don't get it. Anyway, as with all 40 for 40s, the grading on this is really easy. I'm giving it an A+. I've given every other 40 for 40 an A+, so this gets an A+ too. I love Batman. It's an easy sell for me. I'm a fan. So I'm gonna say that thing that other people do. I'm a fan. Service me. You know, you could say it's fan service. Okay, that's what it's here for. You know, it's why I'm here. I showed up because it's a Batman film. Um, so yeah, Nolan is a fantastic director and one of my favorite, and I don't mind including multiple films of his in 40 for 40 because they mostly all have audio description except oddly Memento and Following. I don't really care about Following, but Memento? Can we not get some audio description on Memento? The fuck? Anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Make sure to click that subscribe button because I want to keep talking about audio description and I want to talk about it to a larger audience. I do have a website, MacTheMovieGuy.com. You can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, or Threads at MacTheMovieGuy.com. You can go to the audio description project, adp.acb.org. It'll let you know what is audio description, where you can watch it. And you can go to the ADNA.org. That's the ADNA.org. And you can look up who Sam Davis, who I believe is the narrator. I don't know. HBO Max kind of started talking like right at the end of his name. It could be Davison. I don't know. I'm going to say Sam Davis, though, as the narrator of the film. Audio guides. We work with audio guides, people. I know these streamers, they don't think about that when they put the break of moving us on to the next title and cutting us off of credits. But yeah, it's a thing for us. My audio guide just starts talking to me, and yeah, I hope his name is Sam Davis. It could be Sam Davison. I don't know. It really came right in at the end of the Davis on Max. And I was like, what? Is okay, Sam Davis. There we go. Thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, and I will see you guys on the other side. Bane.